100 days of Lamido's in office, the upheavals we face and the challenges ahead. Friend, welcome back. You're just talking about page 39 of the report, and we'll point you to page 57 of the NCM report. But first, let's go through page 37. You talked about what is it that you're reading out for us?
Yeah, we were looking at page 35 really. When we were looking at the bank, and we did a table of all the banks we had, and then we specifically mentioned two. In fact, three. We said market operators are heavily exposed to the banks, and it may have serious implications on banks such as Bank PHB, Oceanic, and Intercontinental, which are highly exposed to capital market, as the repayment of credits may be very difficult. Now, what we're saying is that this information was not only known to us, it was known to NDIC, it was known to CBN, it was known to SEC, because CBN had actually commissioned an audit to be done by this, and then the figure we came up with then, as at February, which was December figures, was actually 678 billion. 678 billion. As at this time, market capitalization as of January had gone from 6.6 trillion to 2.4 trillion. And we say, look, if we are going to write down 678 billion, or close to 1 trillion according to NSC, that was significant. Now, how is this 1 trillion share? That discussion came out from India, I think about March, April.
Exactly. Well, the media about who that say, hey, don't blame the European and the stock exchange for all of this problem. With our exposures in real estate, in oil and gas, that now been admitted by the CBN for the first time.
It is admittable, that's what we said, that his sanitation exercise will perhaps not be with as much finesse, because he neither has the luxury nor the wherewithal. But our concern is this: if you're coupling the financial services sector with stiffer regulations, where are the regulations you had? Have you seen any policy being released? No. Have you seen any directive being released? No. The way CBN functions is it releases position which everybody complies with. This system cannot accommodate surprises, cannot accommodate, this Houdini type behavior where somebody wakes up. Give out the policies that from now on these are the rules you comply with. Has somebody thought through that and released that? Now, he's coming on Wednesday to meet with the market.
I was asking the question that you're likely to get invited to be at it.
I'll be happy to be invited. I'm just observed. But what I'm saying is that if it comes there, that'll be the first time. Now, what he's trying to do, he's shopping the banks to the capital market. That's not the problem. The problem is about investors. There's no confidence in the market. They're not so sure what he's doing. One day, they're selling the banks to foreigners. Another day, they deny. There's a lot of backward flow. And if you go back to what he said himself in his FT interview, he said the communication of any decision it takes will make or mar whatever comes out. And if you look at the communication, it's been accusation, disaccusation.
Or you kind of found the sword, that was sword over his head.
Can you mention to me anyone who is clear as to what CBN's objectives are in the long term?
Well, very quickly, let's move on. After we talk about this briefing the market on Wednesday's concern, what do you think the brokers will be asking from him, begging from him, or whatever?
The brokers themselves have their own problems. First of all, they went against the 1 billion benchmark. Recapitalization. Yes, CBN, SEC allows them to go 200% above their capital base in terms of their exposure. Most of them have gone above it up to 1,000%. I mean, we know two of it.
It's still slept or watched.
So the problem is this: whatever Lamido establishing does, these people have a real problem they deal with. They've got loans, they've got exposure themselves. They don't have the muscle to play them packet as well. They are tapped where they collect money. The banks have one dry. What is the scenario? So we're saying, okay, first bank is okay, bank is okay, after bank is okay. But of course, they will be okay because he's taking steps to make sure they're okay. What has that got to do with the brokers? Does it mean that they will not trade in new values? When most of these companies will have, they have huge problems. Don't forget, this week, as I spoke to you, SEC has just sent his own team down into Lagos, and they're targeting selected stockbroking firms which they're going to investigate. The feedback we've gotten has not been positive. Some may not even be out. So maybe what we need is, thank God is coming to NSC. Thank God is working with SEC, NDIC, CBN, SSS, and all the intergovernmental agencies. What we need is a financial services position. The problem problem was this: we were taking each of these institutions in isolation. We forgot that we learned universal banking ourselves, like the bank to own insurance companies or whatever. So when you have risk assessment, you can't assess the bank's risk alone. You have to assess the bank's risk in tandem with all the other operations. Take an example of First Bank. The 26 billion he wrote off came from First Trustees, not First Bank directly. So if you were auditing First Bank, you should have audited First Trustees to see what kind of decision
where the boat is sinking.
Exactly.
Isn't it? There's a lot of work there. We'll talk about this in days ahead. Thank you very much for being here. We'd love to have you sometime through the rest of the week to look at what happened to margin loans. We're looking at the fact that perhaps in Nigeria we didn't have enough regulation for this business before we launch our fingers into it. You agree with that?
Yeah. Because in other times there were regulations. When it became, in the first instance, I've already said, margin loans were supposed to be administered from the stockbroking end. For a bank to give a facilities and call it margin loan and collateralizing against a securities group for which it knows the market can move against it, that's a huge risk in itself. And so the treatment of that ought to have been a regulatory issue. So if you give a loan to a stockbroking firm, then you never will give a loan to a stockbroking firm who would have collateralized with a different quality of asset. As against the shares that they get. And if you really use shares of a family use about say 200, 300, and they do this, and then you have some limits here that you cross the first threshold, the second threshold, the third threshold, you bottom line. And then the regulators will be aware of it as well. And so they could have put a step to this thing in there. But guess what? Even if you had it, with the level, quantum of exposure, if in May you realize that this thing was dropping below the first or second threshold, what would we have done? Dump it in the market, and then you drop the whole price down again?
Well, it sounds a bit messy out there.
No,
we've got to talk about it. Thank you very much for being here. And that's about all we've got time for today on Business Morning. It is a fly-off of Lamido's Holidays of Upheavals. Lamido will come out at 3rd floor on Wednesday. Channel Television will be live to you from the Stock Exchange headquarters in Lagos. It's going to be a special day edition of this program on Wednesday. We'll be live to you from the Stock Exchange to bring you all the details of the briefing. We'll also have an expanded coverage through the rest of the week. Thank you very much.